On April 14, 2014, while the federal government was struggling to cope with the early morning Yanyan bomb blast, which killed over 89 persons, disaster struck. That night, the Boko Haram terrorist group invaded Chibok Secondary School in Chibok community of Borno State and abducted over 200 schoolgirls. Their abduction had since then dominated discourse on both local and international media. The Bring Back Our Girls campaigner have also not relented in putting government under severe pressure to ensure they are released. One of the girls was rescued during military operations few months ago. 913 days after, the nation was greeted with the breaking news of the release of 21 of the schoolgirls by their abductors, the Boko Haram insurgents. Expectedly, the federal government, through the Information Minister Lai Mohammed, rushed to celebrate the girls' freedom by calling a press conference.
They were flown to Kaduna from the location of their release. This is the most glaring manifestation to date of the unwavering commitment of Mr. President to secure the safe release of the girls and reunite them with their families.
But fielding questions from journalists, the minister argued that the girls' freedom was a release and not a swap deal.
As soon as necessary confidence was built on both sides, the parties agreed on the date and the location of the release of 21 girls. Please note that this is not a swap. It is a release, the product of painstaking negotiations and trust on both sides. My brother, I am more informed on this than you are, and I say categorically it was not a swap. Whatever your source of information is inferior to mine, with due respect.
He went further to say that military operations against the sect would continue, but on a new and tactical scale.
When you are fighting insurgency, it's a combination of carrot and stick. Now, the release of these girls does not mean the end to military operations, but it could mean also a new phase in the conduct of the war against terrorism.
Alhaji Lai Mohammed also dismissed as baseless arguments by critics that the Chibok girls saga was a scam put together by the All Progressive Congress to overthrow the former PDP-led federal government. The federal government's comment that the freeing of the 21 abducted Chibok girls by members of the Boko Haram sect was just a release and not a swap deal sound very ridiculous even among journalists that covered the press conference. The same government who have informed Nigerians that they are eager to swap Boko Haram commanders in detention with the Chibok girls are now saying that the Boko Haram are very benevolent to just release the girls free of charge. Obviously, the last may have not been heard of the release of these 21 abducted school girls. IKHARO ATTAH, ITV News, Abuja.